Welcome, Mixer. Welcome back. Welcome to This Week in the Mixer. We're going to call this Season 2, Episode 1. We got a new year. The new league year started in the NFL last week, I believe. So we're going to follow suit. We're going to call this Season 2 of This Week in the Mixer. Episode 1, the NFL is king. So we're going to get started with NFL news. Although Formula One's nipping at the NFL's heels for king of the sports world, maybe if it weren't for that pesky Lewis Hamilton winning everything and having a little bit more parity, they'd be right there. But we got a few more years of that, it looks like. But we'll get right into NFL news with free agency. The big news, we have Antonio Brown going to the Raiders. It's a big move for AB. He raised his stink about, I'm not really sure what his concern was. I guess he just didn't want to be part of the Steelers, was tired of Big Ben's bullshit and the team's bullshit. Maybe him being seen as equal to, why am I spacing on the receiver's name? The other receiver's name. This is killing me. The USC guy. I can't think of his name. Juju. Yeah, Juju. Sorry. That's embarrassing. Seeing him as equal to Juju. Maybe, I think it's more of, has to do with Big Ben. Been hearing a lot of stories about Big Ben, about him fumbling on purpose to spite the offensive coordinator late in the game. I mean, who would have knew? Who would have knew that Big Ben's an asshole? But yeah, I mean, the whole thing doesn't really make that much sense. AB was getting all kinds of, he's still the number one receiver there. He just wanted out. But I mean, good for him. He gets to go to the Raiders. They're in Oakland now, but they're going to be in Vegas soon. So he's going to be a star there. First big name really that's there. But yeah, hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, these kind of character issues that have been coming up lately will subside now that he got paid, and that maybe Gruden can get in his head and get him pointed in the right direction. Similarly, another former Steeler, Le'Veon Bell, going to the Jets and into irrelevancy. It was nice knowing you. It was fun drafting you in the first round. Maybe you'll get that first round draft grade this year. But can't see it happening too much after that unless Darnold proves to be the real deal. It'll be interesting to see if his talent really is on that level where he can make a huge difference on a terrible team. So those were the two big moves for the Steelers stars going elsewhere. Another big news, Dog Pound Nation keeps getting stronger. This seemingly came out of nowhere. OBJ going to the Browns for, I can't remember what the terms of the deal were, but it's pretty favorable, and he's going to join Kareem Hunt, sort of, who also got suspended for the first 8 games of next season, thanks to that little kick he did on the female friend in that hotel room. That just happened to be in Cleveland. Stay woke on that conspiracy theory. But yeah, so we got all these studs on Cleveland's offense now. We got OBJ, Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, who did really well at the end of last year, Baker, Jarvis Landry. It's going to be are the Browns the class of the AFC North? That's going to be a fun division to watch. You got Lamar Jackson in Baltimore running an offense from the 1930s. You got Big Ben and an Antonio Brownless Steeler team who have pretty much ran the division for the past 10, 15 years. And you got the Browns who are on the up and coming. So yeah, that'll be some fun games to watch. The AFC North. Mark Ingram, another free agency note, he's joining Lamar Jackson on the Ravens, so he'll be toting the rock in that run heavy offense. He'll see an uptick in volume and probably get some good value. Filling his spot on the Saints is Latavius Murray from the Vikings, which I think is going to provide some sneaky good value to his fantasy stock. So that'll be interesting to see how well Murray does filling in that kind of bruising back role for the Saints that Mark Ingram had to go along with Kamara. Those were the free agency notes that I had. There's still more to come, I'm sure. Oh, how could we forget? This just came in after I put in these notes. Blake Bortles coming to SoCal. Your Los Angeles, or your San Diego Rams of Los Angeles, Southern California's team of choice, got Blake Bortles, the one, the only. No, he's not ripping cigs like he said he would be doing if he weren't playing football. He's going to be backing up Jared Goff, whose performance in the Super Bowl was questionable at best. So, hot seat, Jared Goff. Blake Bortles, second in line for to man the lead of probably the best offense in the NFL. Crazier things have happened. We'll see. That might be a fire jersey to have, a Bortles Ram jersey. I'm really sad that I'm kicked out of the mixer right now for blaspheming the Padres and dropping hard truth bombs that they're going to probably still finish fourth this season in the NL West. But I'm sure I missed out on some good banter there. But yeah, hopefully Blake gets in some games. We'll see what he could do with the real offense. All the best to him. And we got the draft coming in a month's time. I think it's at the end of April, beginning of May. Is this one in LA? Or is this one in Chicago again? I think this one's in LA. So, not too much hype around the draft yet. Maybe it's still too early. Maybe it's just March Madness going on, and maybe I've just been focusing on basketball and baseball news. But yeah, there was a little bit of chatter around the combine, mainly about DK Metcalf and his ridiculous 40 and just his size. The guy's a monster for sure. I did mention in the chat that I thought he was overhyped, and I still stand by that. He did a 3-cone drill and he was almost falling over, so it doesn't seem like he can change direction too much. Not sure if he can be coached up to run, to run complex routes that he'll need to do in the NFL. He can't just run go routes. Not everybody's Tyreek Hill. But he'll probably still go in the first round. It'll be interesting to see where he goes. But I don't think he's necessarily going to live up to the hype. So that's kind of a bummer because he is a crazy physical specimen. And Kyler Murray was the other big combine news that mainly because he measured at 5'10" instead of like 5'8", 5'9". We got conspiracy theorists, or connect the dot guys is the preferred nomenclature that that some of them like to go by, saying that he's not really 5'10" and that somehow he cheated a that height measurement. But I mean, I guess there's ways. Maybe he could sleep hanging upside down using one of those like spine stretchers. I have no idea. I did hear that he didn't, they didn't take his measurement. It's at his pro day for Oklahoma. So, I mean, there's dots there to be connected. But who knows? He's still a stud. I'm really excited to see him in the NFL. He is a little short. I'm not sure how tall Flutie was, but Flutie was, mildly successful in the NFL. A star athlete in the CFL. And I would say that Kyler Murray is more athletic than Doug Flutie. So, how high of a ceiling does a more athletic Doug Flutie have? I think it's a lot better than a lot of other prospects, a lot of other starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now. So, quarterbacks are super scarce. I think that's worth a first round pick. Definitely top half of the first round. Number 1 overall. I don't know. If you need a quarterback and a guy like that comes around, it's I think it's worth a shot. So I think he'll go top 5. I don't know if he'll go 101. We'll see as the hype builds. I guess it's still a little early. Maybe the NFL hype draft machine doesn't want to shoot its wad too early, especially before March Madness. So I'm sure it'll build. We'll start hearing more of the names as the scouts watch their tape and start spewing words down that echo chamber about guys who will inevitably bust. But we eat it up because we're fucking bored. At least I am in my cubicle, and that's all that keeps me going. One other piece of NFL news that posted after I put in my notes last week, we got some Tyreek Hill controversy. Apparently some sort of battery case against his fiance and his son. Really, really unfortunate. Who knows what the exact details are. Sounds bad. His 5-year-old son, I believe, they're saying he has a broken arm, and his fiance was accusing him of being the cause of it. Who knows what the details are. You just hope that this guy, if it is true, can control his emotions a little bit better. It's, the second time that we've heard of some sort of domestic abuse with him. It's really unfortunate for these guys who are just amazing talents in sports that just, they can't get their personal lives together. I just hope that he can get the help that he needs, he can make better decisions, and that there are people around him that can help him out. Football or sports should be secondary to your family. Us as fans are kind of put in these weird situations where we have these these guys that we want to root for that are shitty human beings, and that's never gonna change, unfortunately. There are a lot of guys who do shit like this on our teams, probably even worse stuff that we never hear about, and we still root for them. So the way I separate it is I just root for what they do on the field, not necessarily what they do off the field. well, obviously. Um, you know, I just see it as two separate things. But being a good person off the field should, you know, should take precedent. So if for instance Tyreek Hill has to be suspended from the NFL because of his actions, and that's what it takes for him to become a better person, then, you know, that's what I think should be done. Will suspending him make him a better person? Probably not, but, you know, it might be the wake-up call that he needs. Hopefully it is. Hopefully maybe all this attention is. But unfortunately, if you try to only root for like the Tim Tebows or the Phillip Rivers of the world, you're gonna have a pretty short list, and you probably can't even root for any teams because every team has, you know, these guys with these questionable characters. Unfortunately, a lot of athletes come from, you know, not the best upbringings. It's their way into becoming successful. It's just focusing on athletics their whole life. So that's kind of my take on that. On a related note, Manny Machado, the big baseball offseason news, coming to the Pods. Super excited. The Padres kind of need a villain. You know, a lot of times there's been some bullshit incidents where other teams have thrown at our guys. There's been dirty plays. Machado might have even been guilty of one of them. I think he was. I can't remember the exact play. I feel like there was maybe a dirty slide at home. I know I can see in my head Dave Roberts jawing with Andy Green, but I can't think of exactly what happened. But Padres haven't done anything. They never throw at guys. You know, they need somebody that's got a little bit of swagger, a little bit of the chip on their shoulder. Somebody that's not going to get pushed around if they're going to take that next step and go from 4th place to 3rd place in the division. You know, and maybe finish 5 games back from the wild card spot. If they want to take that step, they need a guy like this, and I'm glad they got him. So, maybe with him, if Tatis does really well, I know Paddock has been throwing lights out pretty much in spring training. Casey, he got hurt towards the end of last year, but, you know, maybe he'll have a good year. Plus, we got some other young guys that are slipping my mind right now. If a few of them pan out, if they get rid of that dead weight Will Myers, you know, maybe next season, they could be in contention for a wild card, maybe flirt with a 500 record. But yeah, super excited. Brown and gold all the way. Only, you know, major San Diego sport team left. They're kind of all we got, so we gotta really, we gotta really get behind them. So, hoping for the best, but fully expecting the worst. Harper was rumored for, it seemed like, 84 years that he might be coming to the Padres, but he landed on the Phillies. Good for him. They have a really good lineup this year. But, sorry, Danny. I'm sure he's super excited since he's been a lifelong Phillies fan. You know, the fanatic. He's cool, I guess. Not the Padres. You know, but good for Harper. He got his money. Not as much as Trout did today, but yeah. So Danny's got some, some more red shit to buy, I guess. leading into fantasy baseball draft this Sunday. It's going to be fun stuff. Some interesting things that, or some things that I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen with. Wondering how much Machado is going to go for. Is he going to be, is he going to be the highest paid? Is he going to go for the highest auction price ever? I think somebody went for 70 last year. I think it was Bryce to Danny. It'll be interesting to see if he'll go for that. If he'll cost more than Bryce. Probably not. I think Manny will go for more. Will he go for more than Trout? I don't know. We'll see. Does anybody even want Will Myers? Is he going to go for more than $10? Padres is putting him in center field. Basically, they don't care. They just want him to, hopefully do good in the first half of the season and move him, is what I think. Usually Jeff jumps in on bidding on him. So does Matt. We'll see. We'll see if the bidding war for him happens again this year. But another interesting thing is, even though Will Myers may have depressed value, is this the first year that investing in Padre players will net a positive return? I think there's some values out there. Gonna be an interesting balance in that auction draft room. Looking forward to Sunday. Quickly becoming kind of a 1B to the fantasy football draft for the mixer each year. We got March Madness coming. So you guys got Duke. I got Duke. I think everybody's got Duke. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun watching Duke and 67 other teams play for second place. Always the best week of the year. I wish my paternity leave lined up so I could be able to watch all the games. I still can at work, just a little bit incognito. I got to look over my shoulder for my manager, but yeah, not the full enjoyment. No beer in my hands. It's more Jameson in my coffee, and glances over my shoulder instead of relaxing with my balls out. But yeah, baby didn't come early enough. Still got about a month, but this kind of frees me up. Maybe next year, maybe a year after, depends on how personal plans go. Next best thing, plan B, is you just schedule your vasectomy right before March Madness starts, and then you're just out sick time for recovery, and yeah, you can watch at least the first weekend. I think it'll cover. I think you get a few days off. I don't know. I've never had a vasectomy before, but yeah, looking forward to that someday. Life hack for you fathers out there, for people who don't want to, contribute to this overpopulated shithole of a planet. Yeah, just something, food for thought. All right, almost time to get out of here. I think I mentioned it maybe in the last video. We got my prop coming up eventually. It's going to be probably Memorial Day weekend. It's going to be Indy 500, Monaco Grand Prix, plus a bonus event. Get ready to lace up those Nikes. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe hit the treadmill between now and then. But yeah, get ready for it. That's all I got for now, guys. Good luck in the tourney. Good luck in the draft. Let's get it. See you next time, guys. Later.